A little less than a month ago, I took a look at the Sega Genesis version of the original Golden Axe. Golden Axe is a series not unlike Streets of Rage, which is one of the staples of Sega, one of those things you think of when you think of Sega Genesis titles, Sega exclusives. But even though Golden Axe doesn't quite have the popularity of Streets of Rage, it lasted for quite a little while after the 16-bit era. This time around, I figured why not take a look at the second game in the Golden Axe series. Unlike its predecessor, Golden Axe 2 is not an arcade port, it is an original game. The arcade sequel, Revenge of Death Adder, didn't come out till about a year or so after this. In this game, which takes place a few years after the events of the original, there's a new enemy known as Dark Gould, who along with his clan are out tormenting the land, and the three heroes from the previous game, Axe Battler, who still isn't using a battle axe, mind you, the Amazonian Tyrus Flare, and the dwarf Gilius Thunderhead all return to put a stop to him. The presentation hasn't changed too much. If anything, I think the character design has improved slightly, but the enemies don't seem quite as varied. It seems that they're all simply palette swaps of the same 4 or 5 enemies, which is pretty common fare for this type of game, but here even the bosses repeat. I know they did this in the first Golden Axe as well, but it seems even more obvious here. Also, I think the background design seems like it might be a little bit less detailed in this game than in the previous. Still looks good for an early 16-bit game, mind you. Good, yes, but perhaps a little bit dated compared to others. Where the visuals truly shine, in my opinion, are in the animations of the magic spells, which are all new. Axe Battler's explosive magic has been changed to wind magic, and Gilius Thunderhead has earth magic now instead of lightning. All of which have some pretty cool effects, but Tyrus Flare, who retained her fire magic, still has the best animations. Now if you ask me, the one thing that is definitely a step up is the music. Composer Naofumi Hataya's work on this game is outstanding. There are truly some standout examples of Genesis chiptunes in this game, but the audio effects, not so much, but there are definitely worse out there. Thankfully, the Dragon Mount's fire-breathing sound effect is not as obnoxious this time around. Gameplay is largely identical to the original game, but there were a few changes made. For starters, there's now a reverse attack similar to that in the Streets of Rage games, just here the attacks hit both in front and behind. Gilius and Tyrus have reverse attacks that are much more effective than Axe Battlers, and Gilius has one that has one of the most amusing animations. Regardless, this is definitely a welcome addition for when you get sandwiched between enemies, as the AI just loves trying to surround you. The way you use magic has also been changed, as you don't have to spend all of your magic in one go. You can now choose how many spellbooks you want to use for your attack by holding down the A button until the desired number is reached. Aside from that, there were other small tweaks in the gameplay, such as Axe Battler's attack range has been increased, as he and Tyrus Flare had about the same reach in the Golden Axe. And now you can also aim where you throw your enemies, little stuff like that, which are nice touches, but nothing super huge. More than anything though, if you haven't already guessed, this game is mostly a rehash of its predecessor. Different game, same old stuff. But even though that is true, Golden Axe was a good game, and while lacking in originality, this is still a pretty good game too. If you've never played Golden Axe or Golden Axe 2 before, they're definitely worth checking out, but if you're playing them back to back, you might be a little let down with Golden Axe 2 because it is just so similar to Golden Axe 1. However, you can find them both on a number of compilations such as this one, Sonic's Ultimate Genesis, and you can find these compilations for dirt cheap, especially if you go and get them on Steam or iOS. Find them way cheaper than you can on PS3 or 360, but they are all super common. However, if you do want yourself a copy of Golden Axe, a loose cart will set you back maybe about like $11-12 for both Golden Axe or Golden Axe 2, take your pick. And they're both, like I said, great games to check out. Now let me throw this over to you, the Golden Axe series. What's your opinion? What's your favorite in the series? Leave a comment down below. Hope you've enjoyed this review. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take care.